excited to be with you guys today. I hope you guys are doing okay. Thank you guys for the time you put into my channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your views. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate you guys so very much. And if you are new to my channel and yet to subscribe, what are you waiting for? Just hit on that subscribe icon on your phone and also touch the bell so you get notifications once I upload. So to the business of the day. Today, I shall be breaking a few rules. We shall be making a gown shirt with collar, but I will not be following the rules because I want we learners to be able to do what we want to do without following the rules and still achieve the same end result. So professionals, please don't eat me up. I will just teach my friends how to make a gown shirt with collar without using your professional rules. Okay, so here we go. I'm using 2 yards of chiffon fabric and I folded into 4 places. This folded edge is going to be our back, but this one that has allowance is going to be the front of our shirt, and this allowance is 2.5 inches. This is where our button and our buttonhole will sit. All right, I will now place my measurement. For my shoulder, I shall be using 17 instead of 16 because it's going to be a shirt, so I'll be adding 1 inch extra, so I'll be marking 8.5. And for my armhole, I shall be using 9 inches. All right, this is our armhole. Instead of making our armhole the normal way, which is this first curve, I will just give it just a slight curve because it is a shirt. Remember, I said I'll be breaking a few rules. All right, having done that, I'm going to place my bust measurement, which is 42 divided into 4 will give us 10.5, which is here. I'll be adding 2 inches extra for seam allowance. My waist measurement is 36 divided into 4 will give us 9. I'll also be adding 2 inches extra for seam allowance. And then my hip measurement is 44 divided into 4 will give us 11. I'll also be adding 2 inches extra for seam allowance. So I will now go ahead and connect these markings all the way down. Now the length of our shirt is 40. I will also be adding 2 inches extra for my seam allowance, so I'll be measuring 42. For my neckline, I'll be using 3 inches. It is worthy to note that the back neckline is always left flat like this. I'm not going to be giving it any depth, but for the front neckline, I'll be adding 4 inches. That's what I'll be going down with, 4 inches for the depth of my front neckline. I hope you understand it. The back neckline is going to be flat like this, but the front neckline, I went down by 4. All right, I've also removed my 1 inch shoulder slope, as you can see it here. I drew a line from it to meet my neckline measurement. Remember, I took 3 inches from here. All right, having done that, and also remove my 1 inch shoulder slope here, I will now go ahead and remove another 1 inch from the front line only. From the front line only. The reason is because normally for shirts, the shoulder of the back panel is always 1 inch longer than that of the front panel. I mean here. So on the front panel, I will still remove another 1 inch shoulder slope. That is to say, for the front panel, I removed 2 inches shoulder slope. For the back panel, I removed 1 inch shoulder slope. All right, this is the length of our shirt. Remember, I added 2 inches extra for my seam allowance, so our 40 should be here. All right, now for the down part of the length of our shirt, I used 14 inches. As you can see, 14 inches. All right, now I would want our shirt to have a slight curve by the side, so I'm going to use my waist measurement here on my actual length of shirt. My waist measurement is 9. I'll be adding half an inch to it. Okay, now on top of this place also I will go up by, let's say, 4 inches. Placing my tape on my actual length of shirt measurement, I'll go up by 4 inches, which is here. So I will now connect this 4 inches and this one here with a slight curve. Remember I said I would want it to have a small curve. All right, so this is our curve. I will now take this curve down to our seam allowance. I hope you understand it. So I'll just go ahead and cut out all these body markings I made on my fabric. Okay, having concluded the cutting now, I will go ahead and start working with the front side. I will just fold using half an inch. To me, as you can see, I notched the 2.5 inches. Remember I said for the place where the buttonhole will sit is 2.5 I used. So taking half an inch, I'm going to fold it to meet this notch like this, and then I will sew it down. I will do the same thing on the other side. All right, after this, you can choose to either top stitch on this side or leave it like this and just use your iron, but me, I'll prefer to still top stitch just to add beauty to it. So I'm going to go ahead and do it on the 2 pieces of the front panel. All right, I have done that and it's looking finer than the first time. So I'll go ahead and pin the 2 fronts together as if it were with a button. Okay, having pinned it together, the 2 front panels, I'm going to go ahead and join the front and the back panel together at the shoulder like this. So I'll just sew it like this and stop at this notch. I will also go to the other shoulder, sew and stop at the notch. As you can see, I have joined both panels at the shoulder. So the next thing should be to attach my sleeve. I already cut out my sleeve and put it the way I want it to be. I'll just go ahead and attach both sleeves. The major rule break is on the cutting of the collar and the collar stand and the insertion on the neckline. So here we go. All right, as you can see, I've inserted my sleeve. This here is my sleeve. So I'll just go ahead and cut out my collar. First, I'm going to measure around my neckline from front to the other side of the front, and the measurement is 20.5. I also cut out this strip. I shall be using it to build my collar upon it. The measurement I used is 2.5 inches, so that by the time I fold it and stitch on top, I'll have like 1 inch left. All right, now I'm going to fold it and give both ends a curve. I'll just go in by 1 inch. I'll just cut it carefully. I hope you can see it. So I'll go to my machine, folding it like this. I will sew like this. I will also do the same thing on this other side. All right, having joined both ends together, as you can see, I have to turn it to the right side and then grabbing my shirt and turning it onto the wrong side, as you can see, and this strip the right side. I will now carefully place it here, making sure it laps with the beginning of this front panel. So I will now sew round till I get here. As I'm holding it now, I will sew it all the way round the neckline. All right, I've stitched the first one, so I'm going to still do it again the second time using the remaining part of the strip I cut out. I'll just turn it like this and start sewing. This is just to ensure that this rough edge is tucked inside. All right, I have added the first layer of my collar, so I'm going to remove, starting from this my buttonhole allowance, I'll remove 1.5 inches. That is what I marked here. I'll remove it on the other side too, which I already did, and then I'll take my measurement from this marking to this one. I already did, and it's giving me 15, so I'm going to use that 15 to cut my collar. All right, now this strip I cut out, I used 2.5 inches for it, so that by the time I finish fixing my collar I should have 2 inches left. All right, I'm going to measure out my 15, which is the round neck of this my neckline. Here is my 15, so I will just draw a line up like this. I hope you saw what I did, and just trim it off. Having done that, I will go to my machine and do exactly what I did on this first layer of my collar. I will stitch this end, I will also stitch this end, I will close up this end, I will also close up this end. All right, having done that, I will now go ahead, starting from my 1.5 inch that I removed from my buttonhole allowance. I will place it the right side at the right side. You remember I did this one from the wrong side, so this one I'm doing it from the right side. I place it like this, and then I stitch it round. I should also add that it is optional. If you like, you can use collar gum. You can glue your collar gum here to make it stand, but I don't want my own to stand. All right, having inserted it, I'm going to go ahead also turn it the other side and stitch it on top of it. I'll use it to cover this one just the same way I did the first layer. All right, I've inserted the collar, so I'll now go ahead and place my body measurement. For my round sleeve, it's 13. I'll mark my 6.5. For my bust, it's 41. Divided into 2 is 20.5. So I'll just go ahead and join the two fabrics together by the side using this my body measurement that I just placed. I used my chalk to mark it, so I'll just use my machine and join them together. As you can see, I have joined the two sides using my body measurement. I'll just go ahead and finish up the hemline, and then we shall be done. I also shall be adding belt to it, so I cut out this belt using the measurement of 3.5 inches, so that by the time I sew it together, I'll be having like 1.5 inches. All right, having finished up my hemline, the next thing and the last thing should be to just insert my buttonhole and my button. All right, now I have to determine my shoulder to bust measurement, which is 12. 12 is here. So one button must fall on top of this 12. The reason is so that when I button this shirt, my bust is not open. Most times you see shirts that the bust line is always open. Even when the button is on, you will see it opening up a little bit. But if I put this one here, it will help to control the pressure around the bust area. So having marked this one, you can now decide how many inches you want to use in putting the buttons. You do that all the way down. So for me, I shall be doing I shall be going with 4.5, since from this first point to my shoulder to bust point is 9, so I shall just use 4.5 for my button hole. So I'll just mark 4.5 down. Alright, so here we have it, the finished product of our tutorial. I hope you can see how beautiful it is. And please note, this tutorial is just about the shirt. It's not about the sleeve. Please, it's just about the shirt. On a very good day, we will talk about the sleeve. Thank you guys so very much for watching till the end. I appreciate you guys so very, very, very much. From the bottom of my heart, I say a wonderful thank you. If you are yet to subscribe, what are you waiting for? Please just hit on that red icon and subscribe, and also touch the bell so you get notifications once I upload. Until we get to meet again in my next tutorial, just remember that I love you from the bottom of my heart, and please take very good care of yourself. And also don't forget to keep your head high. Bye.